Hey everyone, today's episode comes from our time in Melbourne where we were invited out to Benzina Stables to check out their facility. Now they run a car storage facility as well as they have a showroom out the front with lots of really nice cars for sale. Now not only did we get to check out their facility, we also invited a few people in to be interviewed while we were there. So we've got a couple of those interviews within today's video as well. So let's go have a look. Alright, so we've made our way out to Benzina. Now this is a pretty awesome place. I'm here with Christian, one of the owners. Christian, tell us about what you guys are up to here.
So basically we're an enthusiast hub. So we're here with for the car community, no matter what you're into, whether it's a 69 Boss 429 or Porsche race car.
Through your showroom here, you've got just about everything. So you're not stuck in one genre at all.
Correct.
You've got race cars, you've got muscle cars, you've got old, you've got new, you've got motorcycles, you've got everything. So.
We love cars, full stop. Cars, motorbikes.
Yep.
Anything with wheels and an internal combustion engine, you won't see electric stuff in here.
So you're selling cars out the front here?
Car sales, which is out the front here with LMCT. We've got car storage out the back, which we'll show you in a second. We've got detailing in-house, a small little workshop. We do events, we do functions. We just do social events, cars and coffees and everything like that. So basically just a big enthusiast hub.
Yeah, no, that sounds fantastic. When someone wants their car, you just pull it down out of the racks, that sort of thing, and have it here ready for them?
Correct, yeah. Sort of we ask for an hour's notice during business hours. 24 hours notice if they want it 2 o'clock in the morning to take it through the hills or coming back from a wedding. So basically try and keep it enthusiast car ownership nice and easy. Everyone's sort of downsizing, they're going to apartments, or they bought a 13th car and their 12 car garage is full. We all have those problems from time to time.
Or wish to have those problems.
Correct. Or it might be just you want a toy, you live in an apartment and you've got no garage. It doesn't matter if it's a $5,000 car or a $1 million car, we'll look after it exactly the same.
Awesome, mate. Fantastic. Let's roll down the back and we'll have a look at where you're storing all the cars out the back.
Let's go.
All right, so I'm here with Paula now. And Paula, you've got this 73 Charger.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about it. How long have you had it?
All right, I've had this car probably just under 10 years. Originally when I bought it, it was actually white. Different wheels, different kind of bonnet and that sort of thing. Had a bit of a bingle in it, so I was asked what colour do you want, and I thought, you know what, let's just stand out and go for the magenta pink.
So the colour specifically just to stand out?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I thought, you know what, white is kind of, I like it, but you know what, let's go something just a little bit different, and it's pretty noticeable and a lot of people know this car and get a lot of thumbs up and that sort of thing, so yeah, why not?
Now you run Northern Gals?
Yes, that's correct,
right? Yep. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so Northern Gal first started off as pretty much like a community get-together just up the road in Preston, where we just kind of invited just some classic people with with classic cars and that sort of thing. It's basically just a hangout, and it just pretty much grew and grew over the last 10 years or so. And yeah, basically it is our community classic car people.
So how many people are involved these days then?
Oh look, there's pretty much thousands involved. So look, I've got about 20,000 followers on Facebook and social media and that sort of thing. So there's a bit of exposure there. But as an off-spin of that, I've also started up a car club as well. So it's a Northern Gal Car Club Inc. So we're all not-for-profit. We really do invite all the women and the girls to get involved. So pretty much that's what it was about. It's like I grew up with cars, so panel beaters and spray painters in the family and that sort of thing. And I used to always go to a lot of the car shows, I still do. And I noticed that there was a lack of women walking around, and I'd go up to one of the guys and go, where's your missus or where's your partner? And they're like, oh no, she's at home doing dishes. I'm like, mate, did you invite her out? And they're like, oh no, she wouldn't want to come. I'm like, you didn't ask her, did you? So now, fast forward 10 years or so, you see a lot more women with classic cars getting involved. And if the girls come, the kids come, and it becomes just a family kind of atmosphere. It's very, very relaxed. And yeah, so it's basically it's kind of evolved into that. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That sounds great.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting back to the Valiant.
Yep.
So original Charger?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So it is an original XL. So it's kind of under the 770. So there's a couple of extra features in these cars, but yeah. So it is an original Charger. Yeah.
And what engine are you running under this?
It's actually got 360 in it. Yeah.
So that wouldn't have been the original engine then, as
this,
I just learned talking to the other.
Yeah, no, this is originally a 6. So when I purchased this car, it came with the engine in there. So the original guy that I bought it off was actually a drag racer.
Okay.
So the engine in this car is actually out of a drag car. I'm not sure what he ran, but he ran some pretty good times. So I pretty much kept it, as it is. So yeah, it's got like a solid cam in there. It's got a stage 2 shift kit. Roller rockers. It's got ported heads and that sort of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to have a little bit of poke to it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's got a little bit of balls to it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's what you want in something old like this, isn't it?
100%.
And to make a statement as well with the noise.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like that, but it's got a bit more of a grumble. Yeah. So we've got old and new next door. Yeah.
Yeah. No, awesome. All right, well, let's pop the bonnet and have a look under there.
Yeah, let's do it. There we go.
All right.
So yeah, it's a little bit messy, my engine bay, but it's all right.
Oh, but that's okay. Like, these cars are driven, not hidden.
But I drive this in the rain anyway. I'm not too fussed. Like, I'll take it out if it's raining. It doesn't bother me. It's a 50-year-old car. It's going to get wet. So.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Running the MSD ignition, that sort of thing. Do you know the gearbox and diff setup behind this?
It's got 3 4.5s in it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've actually got an E55 diff coming, which I'm going to swap that out probably when winter comes. Put a little bit in a bit of a revamp. So the engine probably needs a little bit of a freshen up.
Okay.
So I haven't really done much in about 10 years. So yeah, I'll put a new diff in. I'm not sure what gears in that, but I know it's off an E55. So apparently that's a good score. So I am happy with that.
Yeah,
so,
nice. You'll keep the configuration basically the same, will you?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. I'll just get it checked out just to get it running a little bit more smoothly. I think it probably just needs a once-over, just to have a look at it. I think this got a 3000 high stall in it, so I think that's a little bit sticky, so I'm going to get that looked at. So see how it works with the solid cam and that sort of thing. So we'll do a few of adjustments on that. But yeah, like I said, the head's already been ported and it's got, roller rockers and that sort of thing. So all the good stuff's in there. So we'll just get it all checked out and make sure the heart's beating how I want it to beat.
Rings and bearings and back on the track.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
No, beautiful. All right, well, let's go have a look inside the trim.
All right, sounds good. Alrighty.
Oh, lovely.
Welcome to my humble abode.
No, very nice in here. And you've got the original dash in this one, the long dash, not the RT dash.
Yeah. So no, it's not an RT. So this originally came out with what they call, I think, dealer's stripes on the car. So on the outside, if you notice, it's actually got the black stripes around, which is basically the XL stripes out of factory. So I got all those put on. Yeah. Yeah,
nice.
But yeah, so I wanted to keep it, XL style. I didn't want to soup it up as an RT because it's not an RT. So I thought, you know what, I want to keep it original as much as I can. Yeah, except for the colour and other stuff. But
yeah. Oh, look, it makes a big difference to the authenticity of the car, I think. And I love that you've got the radio down here, so that you've kept the original radio in the dash.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So that you haven't had to chop into the dash or anything like that to fit anything modern in there.
Yeah, that's right. I really should maybe move that radio into the glove box. I've got some guys that can do that for me. But yeah, no, I don't like chopping up dashes and that sort of thing. To me, it's like it's kind of sacrilege, isn't it? Back in the 80s, the more you modified a vehicle, the tougher it looked and the more that it was more people wanted
more desirable,
it. Now it's like the more original it looks, it's kind of gone like, 180. So the more original it is, it's like, oh my God, that's, it's still original, it's amazing, and that sort of thing. So if you look at something, oh my God, nah, it's been chopped, it's like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah, no, definitely. Did you have to do much work in here when you got the car?
No, I did put the B&M shifter in there, so that didn't come with it. It had like column gears and that sort of thing. So I put the shifter in there, just a bit more fun. So yeah, you want to go through the gears and take off a little bit harder, you can, and So
you've never run this thing down the drags on just a social night or anything like that?
No, not yet. But I am interested in getting I'm interested in getting a few of the girls together. So I put the feelers out a while ago where a few of us girls will get together, and there's one of the girls that is actually an ex-drag racer. She said that she'll take a little bit of a class for us, and it's not about racing or anything. It's basically about how to handle the car down the track. So just to keep it safe and that sort of thing. So that is actually on the cards with a group of girls. So
well, that sounds awesome. I'll keep an eye on your Facebook page.
It'd be fantastic. Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be awesome to see. All right, well, let's jump out and we'll have a look around the back.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Okay, so the iconic Charger rear end.
Yes, my favourite of the cars.
Yeah. Now the thing that makes this one a little bit different is the blackouts around.
Yes.
And you're saying that's the original XL?
Yeah. So that is the original decals for the XL, for the XL model. There's different combinations in regards to how they do the ducktail and that sort of thing, but I've pretty much made it a flowing colour scheme in regards to putting the satin black on the ducktail, around the tail lights, also on the front grille. They normally come in like a silver, so I've made that the same satin black. And then what I've also done is with the front bonnet, I've still got the original pink one, but I found that bonnet at a swap meet, put a reverse cowl on it, and then sort of, you know, flowed that through with the wheels as well. So
So basically, you've just matched up the styling through the whole thing,
Pretty
so
much,
it didn't look choppy and changey through the whole build.
That's right, just let it all flow. So yeah, those stripes are original, you know, or copies of the original XL stripes. Yeah, I've also hidden the exhaust underneath, so they've got dumpers on it, so the sound is a little bit more ballsy.
Yeah,
in
hits
sound.
the road
so
and spreads out. Yeah,
sounds really good. Not good on dusty roads because everyone lots of dust. Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good little rocket. I like it.
Yeah, fantastic. You've also said you've had this moulded into the front here, so all the lines and everything were just how you liked it?
Yeah, pretty much. So it all flows. So I had the option of getting the reverse cowl to maybe start back here, and I thought it probably wouldn't flow as much as what I'd hoped it to actually look more streamlined. So I've got that moulded in the front there, so that pretty much flows into there and then goes there.
Yeah, well, it definitely is subtle because, like I said, I didn't quite pick up on it until you pointed it out. So. All right, well, look, Paula, thanks so much for talking to us at Aussie Garage today. Lovely car, thanks for showing us, and we can't wait to see what comes up with the Northern Gals later on.
All right, we'll do.
Easy.
All right, thank you very much. All right,
awesome.
all good.
Cheers.
Thanks, boys.
All right, so here we are at the back in the storage area. This is where you store all the cars.
Correct.
And you've got these awesome 3-tiered hoists
Car stackers,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, car stackers. You're planning extending out here? Or?
Correct. So the stackers are all full. They're double stacked up halfway through the building there, and the next plan is to run another row of stackers through here.
Yeah.
But potentially even 4 high, but that scares the living daylights out of me. So
Yeah, okay, yeah.
3 highs are scary enough.
Now, you've got everything here from bloody Monaros, Mustangs. I believe there's even a South African Chevelle sitting in there somewhere,
There
the
is.
old HKTG Monaro
Correct.
type thing. So you must get to see some awesome cars.
We do. There's, I like when not many people get to see at the back here. It's only people we know and we trust.
Yep.
But it's good when they look at cars under the cover and they all point. And some people get it mostly right, and then some people are way off. And eventually, they just point into the car and they're like, that's that. And eventually, I'm like, I feel bad. I'm like, yeah. Correct.
Yeah, you didn't win the lottery today.
No, correct. Yeah, but we're very privileged. We get to see some really, really cool stuff. Some stuff that we can't show on camera.
Yep.
Some stuff that's very, very private. But
Yep.
you know, and it's really cool. And the best part about this business is the people we meet and the owners of the cars and the stories about the cars. So it's not just necessarily about the car. The car comes in, but then you hear this whole story how this person has come to get this car, and they might not necessarily come for money or anything like that, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Some of the stories and the people we've come across and met, and we're all car enthusiasts, or I should say vehicle enthusiasts, whether you're bikes or cars. But you might have a concreter, for instance, that has a beautiful Mustang like this, and then a CEO of a large corporation. They've got something else, but then they just mesh. They just mesh because they're common interest of cars, motorsport, whatever it is, you know, whether it's just going for a Sunday cruise or going to the track and blasting around in your race car, just the people. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Well, look, this is our first trip over to Melbourne in this context, and we have felt like we've been welcomed with open arms by everybody, including yourself. And so, yeah, we really appreciate you opening up the back here for us and giving us a look around, mate. And so thanks heaps, Christian, mate.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for coming down. And I watch your show and keep going. It's awesome.
Awesome, mate. Thanks for watching. Yeah, we really appreciate that.
Of course.
We've met some fantastic people here today, and we'll be back again for sure.
Great. Welcome anytime.
Wicked. Awesome, mate. Thank you.
Enjoy. Pleasure.
All right, so now I'm here with Vinnie. And Vinnie, mate, you've got this XB Falcon here, GS, I believe. Yep. So tell us a bit about this one. How long have you had this one?
I've had this car for about 10 years. It's a 351. It's a factory Fairmont GS XB.
What sort of condition was it in when you got your hands on it?
Oh, it was pretty good. It was already painted. Motor was nearly all done. So I've just tweaked it up to my style.
Just had to tidy it up.
Yeah, just tidy it up a few bits and pieces, yeah.
So you put the centre lines on that sort of thing?
Yeah, I did the centre lines, I lowered it, I changed a few bits and pieces, a bit more power out of it.
And the engine wasn't quite finished when you got hold of it?
No, it was finished, but it was just, I just wanted a bit more quicker, so... Yeah,
of course. Do you know what colour this is? It's a very...
It's copper bronze.
Copper bronze, is that it's a factory Ford
It's actually a factory copper bronze with parchment trim.
Do you know how long ago it was resprayed or anything like that? Or has it had a respray
probably about
since
12 years ago. Yeah, it just had a closed door, but it's held up all right.
Nothing extensive then?
No, not really. It's more cosmetically, just to clean it up, just the way I wanted it, more than anything else, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. So you get out and do the cruise route in this thing quite
When
often?
the weather's good, I'm always trying to get it out.
Yeah, nice, mate.
Yeah.
So what kind of gearbox and diff have you got behind this one?
Well, it's got a C10, 4.5 grand high stall. It's got a shift kit in it, 9-inch, 3 9s in the RCN, LSD. It's got all the go stuff.
All the stuff to jump off the line, yeah? So have you taken it down the strip? Is that something you do with it?
No, I haven't done it yet, but maybe one day I'll do it. Yeah.
Oh, with the setup like that, it's almost...
Well,
you'd have to, wouldn't you?
It is, yeah. Yeah, but sometimes the numbers don't... they're better on the street than on the track. So.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough, yeah. Or you got to be careful on the street these days, though.
Well, that's it, yeah. Well, we don't do that. None of that stuff no more.
Yeah, no, perfect. So the one thing I noticed that was a bit different was your quarter windows in the front doors of this one?
Yeah, it has got quarter windows. It's something on an XY.
Yep.
You don't really see many XAs or XBs, but I have seen a couple. So I don't know if it's someone's ordered them off the line, but it's actually marked on the build sheet.
Okay, so it was a factory option.
Yeah, it was
then.
a factory option. They actually come out with a long-range fuel tank, which I've changed. So it's had a couple of extras on the stuff that this car didn't come out with. So yeah,
cool.
Everyone picks on the quarter windows.
All right, let's pop the bonnet and let's have a look under that.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so there's some stuff going on under here.
Yeah, it's got a big solid in it, 2 V heads. It's had a bit of work done to it.
Yeah.
Extractors, 2.5-inch exhaust right through.
So I assume there's roller rockers under those big covers and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's got a lot. Yeah, it's got a lot of go gear. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it sounded nice when it rumbled in, that's for sure.
It goes good for what it is.
Yeah. How does it stop? Do you have to upgrade the brakes or anything like that?
Actually, I've actually got a VE electronic pump, which I just installed last week actually to pull it up because it's running a big vacuum.
Big cam, you don't get the vacuum.
I used to be able to put my foot on the brake and hope it'll stop, but now it's actually much better.
So you're running an external vacuum pump off a VE Commodore?
Yeah, off a VE Commodore.
Yeah, great. Oh, blasphemy.
Yeah, well...
a Holden part on a
Ford,
Ford,
I shouldn't say that,
Oh, whatever works, we say.
Yeah, we stop it. Yeah, it's got a big core radiator. I've gone right through it. I don't stop, there's always something to do with it. Big carb on it.
You've got to find something to do in the shed at night over a beer or two, don't you?
There's always something you want to do, of course.
Yeah. All right, well, let's mosey around and have a look at the trim.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, nice. There's only a couple of little telltales in there that you've got a good solid running gear in it.
Well, I've just put the B&M shifter in. It's got an external, some extra gauges that I put on there for myself, just to keep monitoring the motor. Still got the original radio. Really haven't chopped anything up. I've left it all original the way it is. Factory, It's all factory GS gauges and everything in the car. Original interior. It's all basically that's the way it come out. I've got the MSD in the glove box there, so that's all hidden away. So yeah.
So did you have to tidy up the interior at all when you got
No, not really. This is actually it's never been trimmed. That's factory the way it is.
Yeah,
from day one,
it's in very good condition.
So I try not to do too much with it. Yeah.
Well, you don't need to really.
No. There's a couple bits and pieces I wouldn't mind cleaning up, like the steering wheel. Slowly start.
Would you replace that, or would you just get that one redone?
No, I'll get that repaired. I'd get repaired.
No.
It's all original. I mean, you can't get past the original stuff.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Well, we think the same way. I mean, some people build their cars up with racing seats and all that. We used to do that in the 80s.
Yeah.
It just sort of...
It's funny how now everyone's going back to the old, the way it come out. They put the globes. So this car had globes on it. I've still got the globes. And, sometimes on my copper buzz, I'll take the center lines, put the globes back on it, just to change the look. Years ago, we'd pull everything out. Now you put everything back in.
And the smart people held on to all the things they pulled out back in the day, didn't they?
Well, they try to throw it out and then you're in trouble. That's for sure. Well, these cars are gone. Ford's gone. So really, these cars, you won't be able to buy them off the shelf no more. So I was going to redo the seats, but I seem to leave it because you can't get the original stuff no more. And I prefer just to leave it the way it is. I'm happy with it. Yeah, until till it falls apart. Then after I might do something with it.
Yeah, the old if it ain't broke, don't fix it
Well,
kind of
that's
thing.
it. Yeah. It doesn't come out that often.
Well, it looks tidy and clean anyway. I don't
Yeah.
think there's any desperate need for you to have to
No,
jump into
no,
it. So,
no.
like even the hood lining doesn't even have a punch hole or.
There's nothing. It's
Normally-
pretty clean. Like if it comes out 5-6 times a year, really.
Yeah,
We've
okay.
got a couple of cars, so this one's kind of been put in a corner
Yep.
more than all the other ones now. So yeah.
Oh, it's great that you brought it out today for us because this is beautiful, mate.
No, thank you.
Yeah, sweet. All right, well, let's jump out and have a look around the back.
No worries.
All right, so I've noticed the GT style muffler
Yeah,
tips sticking out the back there.
Yeah, well, it's a GS, so they come out the same as the GD.
Well, this basically was the GT of this model, wasn't it?
Well, that's right. So what happened back in the early days, they made the GDs, and then so they'd run, you'd go buy a car on Monday, and a lot of guys would go kill themselves. The insurance company wouldn't cover them, so Ford decided to bring out the GS for insurance purposes. They can get these cars insured because a lot of guys didn't know how to, it was easier to get insured.
Yeah, right.
So there's a lot of 302s, and which is a Y code, and this is a K code, so it's different again. Yeah, it's a 351 car, but
That's
so it's got
interesting. I haven't heard that take before.
well, it's got the GD bonnet, everything the bonnet, the tail lights, the overriders. It's basically the same as a GD. It's just that they call it the Grand Sport instead of a GD, Grand Tour. Yeah.
No, that's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah. And
So
it's a Fairmont, so it's just basically it's a one below a GD anyway, so it's got all the good stuff on it, and they come out of factory like this too.
Yeah, nice. So what size exhaust system you got running through here?
It's a 2.5 inch straight through, Lukey mufflers, Kiss pipe down the bottom. We've made it a nice note to it.
Yeah.
It was bigger actually. It was a 3 inch, and everyone used to complain it was too loud behind me. So I listened to them, and I would just quieten it down a little bit. So,
Yeah. These days you don't want to draw unnecessary attention, do you?
Yeah. Especially late at night, you could hear it.
Yeah.
Wake up the neighbours.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and the Venetians, were they a factory thing still, or is that something you put on there?
I put them on. See, the parcel shelf's still original. There's no speakers being cut in. It's a factory speaker there. So
just the one speaker in the centre?
I haven't chopped into it. I've just left it all original. No, that's just an extra for Venetian, just to make it look a bit more old school, I suppose. It's a nice streeter. I wouldn't call it a tough car, but I'm happy with it. It's a nice little street car.
I'm sure it turns heads as you rumble past.
It's done its fair share.
Yeah, no, awesome. All right, Vinnie, mate, thanks for coming out today and showing us your ride, mate.
No worries, thank you.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Thanks very much.
And that little bit of information that we didn't know about the insurance thing, that's really fascinating.
Well, that's something I heard many years ago, and it kind of makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah,
back in the day.
We're always uncovering unusual things when we talk to people, so thanks for sharing.
No worries, thank you very
Awesome,
much.
thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right,
thank
cheers.
you.